Radioactive.
Radioattiva.
Radioactive.
Radioattiva.
Radioactive.
Radioattiva.
Radioactive.
Radioattiva.
Radioactive.
Welcome, fellow Kiss fans. Welcome to Learning to Speak Italian with Large Marge. Welcome to It's All For You, Demon. Celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. Welcome to the Wax Night Basement. My name is Rick. This is Large Marge. And tonight we are talking the Italian 45-inch single Radioactive from the Gene Simmons solo album 1978, and this is also going to spill into my dive into Kiss episode 2, Gene Simmons solo album. Oh, she's coming back. She wants to speak Italian. And here is the subject at hand, the Gene Simmons 45-inch Radioactive single. No real different than the US version. Still has See You in Your Dreams on the B side. The only difference is the 45 sleeve states Made in Italy. And this was a gift from my friend Dan, who introduced me to Kiss via this solo album. So let's take a listen to this 45 and see how fun it sounds. I will quickly retract that statement and say there is one difference between the Italy 45s in general and US 45s, is that this 45 loads via the side into the sleeve, whereas American 45s load via the top. And as you can see via the top here, there is a little tear from wear and tear over the years, but the opening of the 45 is the side. And on American 45s, it's always the top. And here's what the label looks like, the Casablanca Records and Filmworks label. Not quite sure what that stamp is. I'm sure that is whoever owned this 45. I doubt it has anything to do with distribution. But let's take a listen. And there you have some of the fun of the Italian 45 Radioactive single. Of course, I didn't want to play too much of the song. Play too much of the song, you get in trouble with the police. But that was fun. Had plenty of snap, crackle, and pops at the beginning. Lots of use on that record, which only means lots of fun. You know, my collecting style. Non-mint means more fun. Fun was had with that 45. And fun was had in another country with that 45 and somehow ended up here in the United States, which is even cooler. And what I also liked, notice the beginning of that song did not contain the laugh intro from the solo record. I myself have not heard or own the US 45. I do not know if it contains the laugh. I'm gonna probably say no, it does not. But that's pretty cool how it just went immediately into the song. no laugh, and that would even be more fun for a child of the 70s to maybe get that 45 as an intro into the solo albums, and later on buy Gene's solo record and be floored by that horror laugh track intro, which is just so unbelievably fun and leads me in to my next topic, my dive into Kiss episode 2, the Gene Simmons solo LP. I have discussed this multiple times before on this channel, so I will keep this short and sweet. But 1988, my freshman year of high school, my friend Danny came up to my house with this VHS tape and this solo album on cassette. I was introduced to Kiss via the Phantom of the Park, watched them play live, watched them in a science fiction Hanna-Barbera classic, soaked in the cheese, soaked in the fun, and absolutely fell in love with this film, but also fell in love with this band. After the movie was over, we had a little ghetto blaster down in my mom's basement, and Danny put in this cassette, and that wonderful Gene Simmons intro began, and I was sold. Add to that the amazing rock and roll hook of Radioactive, I knew I had found my thing. You know, around this time, my parents were divorced, I felt lost, I felt like I needed something, and this band became that something. And when I did the first episode of my dive into Kiss, I explained that I would only do these when I felt like inspired to do them. And last night, beautiful spring night, amazingly beautiful outside. You know, the sun had just gone down, night had fallen, and I was upstairs, you know, sliding glass door open to the deck. The witches are running in and out. Beautiful breeze coming in, and I decided to play Mr. Make-Believe on the stereo. And I was like moved. The same way I was moved when I was 14 and heard this cassette tape for the first time. Gene Simmons is like Rod Serling to me. He is, you know, everyone in Kiss was a dreamer. Everyone in Kiss was a creator. Ace, Peter, Paul, Gene. But Gene kind of personifies this dreamer. Gene Simmons is the Walt Disney. He is the Rod Serling. He is the dreamer of Kiss. Maybe it was the fact that he did fanzines when he was young, but he is the creator, to me, he is the creator of the magic of Kiss. Everyone had the idea for Kiss, but to me, Gene is the creator of the magic. He's the Walt Disney of Kiss, and I think at that age, when I was 14, I needed to believe in a creator of magic. And it was Gene Simmons. And it opened up a huge gateway for me. It changed my life. I know it sounds silly to say Mr. Make-Believe, a slow song from a Gene Simmons solo record, changed my life, but it did. It absolutely changed my life. Something changed watching Phantom of the Park, listening to Gene Simmons solo cassette, and diving in to this band. Phantom of the Park was obviously rented. Danny had to take it home, but he left that Gene Simmons cassette tape with me so I could dive into it, and it changed me. It moved my life in a way that 32 years later, in April of 2020, I'm still getting moved by that song and taken to a different place and inspired to create this content right here. That speaks volumes, I think. That when something moves you that much that it stays with you for 32 years and still gives you the urge to create and imagine and dream, that is spectacular. And that's what it's all about for me. You know, this album is my safe place. This is where I go when, you know, the day's not right and you just need that change of mind. This is where I go. And I went there last night. Nothing was bad last night. I just went there last night and it inspired me tonight to make this vlog. So let me know down in the comments what your Kiss safe place record is. Everyone has one. What album do you run to when you need something? Or what album is just yours? Like you feel it inside, in your heart. This album's mine. It doesn't really belong to anyone else. It is mine. Mine is the Gene Simmons solo record, and I want to thank my friend Dan, of course, for introducing me to Kiss, but I want to thank him for still being my friend all these years later, still being my Kiss comrade, and celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan with me, and giving me the Italian Gene Simmons 45. That was a lot of fun. I like the no laughing intro, and love those snap, crackle, and pops. Thank you for hanging with me tonight. Thank you for celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan down here in the Wax Night basement. If you'd like to be a pen pal with me, even if you're from Italy, send me a postcard of where you're from, and I will do the same to you. We'll be pen pals across the pond, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. We gotta tell him. We want to try to tell him in Italian? Can't do it. Spay, be good to your babies. Spay, neuter, microchip. Take care, be safe. I will talk to you soon.
It wasn't Sam, but it looks so much like him.
What exactly did he say?
He didn't say anything.